All right, all right, all right. Happy Monday, everybody. Big waves to you. Good to see you. Good to see you now. Listen, if it is your birthday today, you got to let us know in the chats and the comments because we didn't see any birthdays today. But what we did have is an amazing weekend in Destin, Florida. And so I know people on the Coaches Corner tune in from all over the world, and some people are not in our business, and that's okay. But for the people that were in Destin, what a blessing it was to see you experience time and just regain this just amazing energy. This is going to be an amazing month for us inside of our company. But the word for today, April McCormick, I know April, proud member of the Coaches Corner, her word for the year was prosper. Prosper. Now, hopefully everybody's, maybe this will take you in a place where you're thinking about your word for the year. Like, what is it? Hers was prosper. And I look at the word prosper and it's like to flourish, to thrive and experience, sustain success, to grow strong, to grow healthy, especially prosper is used a lot of times in financial sense. Why do I share that with you? That's the definition. That's not Brent Palmer's words. But here's the thing. Prosper means to go beyond. Like if we're talking about finances, prosper is like to go beyond profitability. You know, the companies that I have the opportunity and the great fortune to run, like I want to grow past profit, like I want to grow the profitability status, right? So we can go do more good deeds, even in my own health. Like, I see Freddie Malero on here. He inspires me because he every morning is growing past where probably a normal person would be with their health, right? He's in the gym. He's not going to miss it. Like he's going to find time to be in there because he's growing past the average. In business, are we going and growing past the average range, right? Of where most people see themselves. So, why do I say all that? All right, this is going to come from the heart this morning because looking at the stuff on Prosper and it was just blah, blah to me. Sometimes things are just like, oh, this is kind of boring. I believe to prosper, and this is a serious talk for Brent Palmer, okay? I believe to prosper, if that's in my business or my health or any other matrix of my life, if I want to prosper, if I want to thrive, if I want to grow, I have to be a student again. If I'm always the smartest person at the table, if I'm always the one telling everybody else what they should do, then I'm only as smart as me right now. And if you're sitting there and I'm sitting here today and it's like, am I the smartest person always at the table? Am I the person telling everyone else what they should do, how they should run it, how they should make it? Even though I'm not in the best health in my life, I'm telling everybody how they should get healthy. Think about it. It's going to limit my prosperity. Or am I the person that's like, you know what? They have what I want in their health. I'm going to learn from Freddie. They have what I want in my business, right? I'm going to learn from Alan Schultz. And what I find is so many times as humans, you go, Brent, this seems so simple. What's the problem? Ego, ego, ego limits people's prosperity all the time. It's like one of those things, Becky Malark. It's like, why can't we just drop our ego and be a student of the game? And if I want to grow financially more, I want to grow in my business more, got to find that person. Got to find that person is where they're where I want to be. And I'm going to become a student and they are going to be the teacher. right? How many times, Jill, you come in contact with people that like they want to grow, they want to get there, but they also want to be the ones telling you what to do. But you're actually there and they're not yet. So whether that's health, financial, business, doesn't matter. So my whole thing for today, I'm over talking, is whatever it is that you or I want to prosper from in this beautiful life we're living, I have to find the people that are smarter than me at that area. And I got to become a student of the game. I got to become a student and let them be the teacher. And I believe that's the key to prosperity in any area of my life. If I want to be a knowledgeable Bible person that studies and grows in the Bible or in my faith, guess what I better do, Melissa Jackson? I better get around a person that knows more of that matrix. And guess what? I pour myself into them, not as the teacher, but as the student. And I let them lead me in the direction I want to go. So that's my thought this morning, guys. We're going to have an amazing week on the Coach's Corner. We're super grateful for you. We love you. Andrea, I'll turn it to you. I see you walking. So
Yes. Good morning. They're cleaning up out here, and the leaf blower was getting a little close, so I'm walking a little bit farther. So, Coach, I got to say, it's probably a little hard for you to have people in the room that are smarter than you because you really are so great. So
hey,
that's all I could think about.
hey, Dr. Bob, I feel it growing. I feel it growing this month. Okay.
um, but
Not the case. Not the case.
Well, I love that. And the quote that I found was by John C. Maxwell. And like, I'm a fangirl when it comes to John Maxwell. I love everything that he's written, at least that I've read. I think it's so powerful. And the quote that he's found or he said was the key to prospering in life is to keep moving forward. Simply standing still while others are moving is the same as moving backwards. And I think about, kind of my life. There's been a lot of times when you kind of think you've done some of the things. And so you kind of sit right there. And then you realize, well, the world's still going. So even though I had run towards the front, well, now I'm back in the back again. So I love that we always have to just keep moving forward. So what I looked into is okay, well, how do I do that? How do I prosper? I like my action items, my to-do list. So first of all, I've got to get super clear about what I want, right? Like I can go and be, I don't know, all I really want this year is to be healthy. Right? Well, what does that mean? Does that mean I don't want to be sick? Right? I don't want the flu. Or does that mean that I want to clean up this vessel that I was gifted with? Does that mean that I want to gain a little bit of maybe some muscle mass? Does that mean that I want to help with my bone density? Like, I don't know, but what does it mean to me to be really healthy so that I can go create those action items? When I have that clear goal, it's kind of like GPS. I remember my first car. So I'm always lost. You guys know me. I have no sense of direction. So if I'm in a car and I'm trying to go somewhere and there is not like somebody telling me how to get there, I'm never going to find the way. And our goals are kind of like that. If we don't have the vision, we have no GPS. We have nobody telling us how to get there. So we need to have that clear vision in order to go get there. Next, I've got to keep learning, kind of like Coach said, I've got to keep learning like it's a Friends episode. Okay, so I love my Friends. If I'm going to binge watch any TV show, it's going to be TV shows from 30 years ago, however old Friends is now, maybe 20. And so I've got to treat learning that way, that same level of I'm so excited to sit down and go gain those new skills. I've got to stay curious. I've got to get, keep in the know of the new trends and the ideas that are happening in my industry. And I've got to be willing to listen. Because again, if I, just like Coach said, if I walk into the room, and I've done this, guys, I tell you, I shouldn't say it, but I'll talk to somebody and I'm like, I already know all this, but really I don't. I just don't have my ears open, right? I'm just putting little earplugs in that conversation. So one of my favorite things to do, especially if I'm feeling a little, well, my ego's feeling a little big, okay, is every conversation that I have, I walk in with the goal of I'm going to learn something in this conversation. I just walk in with that goal. I don't know what the one thing is, but I am going to learn something in every single conversation. And that's going to help me grow in all of the different spaces because there's so much to learn from everyone. And then next, if I really want to be successful, I've got to build relationships like it's my whole job. If I really want to be successful, I have to network and I've got to help other people succeed. That was one thing that coach kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say, I don't know, built in. I don't know how do you say that, but like so a lesson that he just repeatedly, drilled into me over and over and over is that if you want to get somewhere, you've got to serve. Serve, 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 serve. So go find somebody that you can help get what they want. Go find a way that you can contribute. Instilled might be better, Dapo. Thank you. That can help us be more successful and thrive ourselves. So go find people and go connect with them and go see who you can help level up in their life so we can level up in ours. Next is to manage your money like a boss. And when I saw that, I kind of laughed. We had the privilege of being with Darren Zobrist just, I don't know, maybe a week ago, maybe two. I don't know. Life is a little crazy right now. But he talked about being a steward of your income, creating those multiple streams of income, of making smart financial moves, not just financial moves. Like anybody tend to do like the shoe shopping and not really think about the consequences afterwards. So think of that as kind of planting different seeds that are going to bear fruit in your life at different times. So we've got to grow and invest wisely across the board. And then lastly, and I don't know where we are in time because I can't see on this thing, but take care of your physical and mental well-being. If I truly want to prosper, I can't do it with an empty tank. And that's either, mentally where I'm like, I'm just overwhelmed, I'm fried, whatever it may be. I can't go help anybody else and I can't help myself in that space either. Same with this body. If I'm never exercising, well, I'm not going to feel good, right? And how can I help somebody else if I don't feel good right here? If I'm not relaxing sometimes, I'm not going to feel good. I'm not going to have the energy to feed anybody else. So if we truly want to prosper, we got to take care of this physical form as well. So April, great word. Thank you so much for sharing with us today.
Yeah, this was amazing. And I want to share with everybody something as we end. And Andrea, this word, what you said was so pivotal. I mean, so incredible. I can't talk this morning, but
Me neither.
I want to
We're good.
share this. My son is with me, and we just went to breakfast with a group of people. And um, he told me this. I got two things to share as we exit. I said, "What did you take away from the event?" He said, "I took away a lot. I wrote a lot of notes, but what I really took away was if I can just hang with this group of people and be a learner and a student, I want to spend my rest of my life doing that
Mm.
because they were so positive." He's like, people were so positive. They were so happy at 22 years old, right? He's recognizing that and is like, oh my goodness. And another takeaway for me was this weekend being a student, right? Tim Sells said on Friday night, he said, we are the boss of our mind. And guys, I'm going to end with this and let us get over to the IPA. But so many times my prosperity is limited in my own health because I'm not the boss of my mind. I see that ice cream shop and I just let it guide me in. It's always going to guide me in, Bob, Dr. Bob, until I go, no, you don't need that ice cream, mind. Okay. I'm not going to let you do that to me. I'm having this little conversation and I pivot away from the ice cream parlor because I am the boss of my mind. I know that seems very simple, but it's kind of like, should I spend $30 in Amazon? No, I'm going to take that $30 and invest it long term in the market, right? It's like we all have choices, financial. We all have choices in our business. We all have choices, But if I have power over my mind and my mind knows I'm the boss of what's going through and what's being said, then the prosperity grows and flourishes in a lot of areas. So, Andrea, great word. I could go on and on and on about this word. Great job, April, for bringing it to the plate. Have a great Monday out there, guys. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you back tomorrow.
Thank you, Brandon, Andrew. Great job. Love the word.
God bless
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Great day.
Awesome.
God bless you.
Bless
Great day, guys.
Blessing
Awesome.
day.
Great
Thank
food
Happy
all.
Monday.
you. Happy